I sure don't want to sound like a crybaby or a whiner, because this is what I love to do almost as much as anything. I'd rather fish, but not by a lot sometimes, so. Let's go scout out some more stuff that needs to be trapped. Never been here before, not on this property. I've been by it all my life. I've never been here, so. I'll explain why this is a quandary in just a second. I'm D.W. Burks, Higbilly Outdoors. Got more problem critters. I'm gonna go check them out. Be right back. So why this is an issue? I'm basically 30 miles from my house again on where I've been trapping some problem critters for folks for a month and a half now. If you're watching my previous videos, I talked about how these folks were actually running traps for me, so I have to drive this every day. It was a fringe of an issue, on the edge of a problem with otter, mostly otter. I've caught 2 otter in a month and a half, so it's not a big problem, but they're getting in people's ponds. So I get a phone call this morning from the lady that's the primary gal got me involved in this, and one of her neighbors right here, we know each other, says he's being overrun with beaver. Well, he called me. Actually, it's muskrat, he thinks. So we're walking up to this pond to look at it right now, see what he's got. And then on the creek right behind me are beaver, also an otter. So all this way from home, it's hard to do, but I said, okay, I'll do it. All my other work, it's already middle of the day. Whatever, it's part of it. So I'm gonna walk around this thing, see what we can find. It's a real shallow pond for the most part. Boy, isn't that pretty and clear. I bet you it's spring fed. It's always got water in it, I think. But he thinks he's got rats, so we're gonna look it over. Well, there's no doubt that this pond's had rats in it before. And beaver. There's old runs, but I don't see anything showing fresh sign. Could be otter have run them out. I don't know if there's any fish in this pond or not. As far as I can see the bottom out there. It's real shallow. I think it's probably spring fed. The beaver have done massive damage in this thing in the past, but nothing fresh as far as beaver. Well, maybe a feed bed up there in front of me though. Okay, as far as I can tell right here, his muskrat issue here is beaver. I can't tell. There's a feed bed out here in the water, all kinds of big old holes here. I still don't see any fresh. There's a little rip on the water a minute ago, but there's a hole right there, but I don't see any sign it's been used lately. That feed bed looks old. I just really ain't sure. I'm putting waders on and getting in here, and I really would like to find something to make this worthwhile, but it's an interesting situation. It's like I said, real shallow, flat pond. I think I'm gonna walk the whole distance around it. There's a lot of stuff going on right there, but I don't see any muddy water at all. No dirt in the water. I don't know. I really don't. What's this? Oh, would you look at that? Well, there's obviously been an otter. Big old grass carp. Look at that thing. Obviously been an otter here. Look at that. About a 30-pound grass carp. I was told once by a biologist, a Missouri fur biologist, that they wouldn't do that. Otter. What a dummy. So have otter chased beaver and rats out of here? Could be. We'll see. Again, I don't know if a camera can pick this up. Massive beaver sign, but it's all old. There's a run right there. Almost scared to walk here. There's a run there, a run there. Old feed beds. I don't know if you can see all up and down that bank how deteriorated that bank is from beaver and possibly muskrat over the years. This is a long-term problem. But what I'm not seeing, scouting is so important. I'm walking around here in tennis shoes and a t-shirt on a February day, just looking and getting a feel for it. I'm looking for dirty water. I'm looking for animals. This ultra clear pond, I don't see one plume of mud where anything's been in here recently. When I get into, especially muskrat sign, you're going to find milky water. You're going to find mud in those runs. Look at these massive. This thing has been overrun with critters, and the banks have fell in and again been degraded really bad by all these critters. I've only walked half of it. I think I've walked the best half. This is basically a dam. Huge dam. It's a big pond. It's what? Close to 5 acres, I guess. I know I'm rambling, but I'm just trying to explain my thought process here. I thought we'd come in and find a whole bunch of muskrats, and all I'm finding is a whole bunch of nothing, all old signs. So, and we're walking. Look at this massive crossover. Been used as probably the tunnel originally, and still may be. Caved in or whatever, it goes across. There's an otter toilet. Goes down into the ditch, which goes to the creek right over here, right behind me. Just very minor little otter toilet, just a little otter poop from here to here. Man. Looks like a bottomless muck to that thing, doesn't it? Oh, there's otter tracks in the water. Otter tracks right there. If the camera can pick that up or not. Huh. With that being a bust, I've come down here to the creek. I'm hoping to find enough sign, maybe set it up. Maybe the otter have ran beaver out of that pond. I just don't know. So here's what we got, a couple natural pinch down spots. This old fence wiped out right here, and I try to set it up real quick. Like this, I just now went up there, set that one, everything's cool. And I heard this one fire, and I caught me a stick I knocked loose. Ain't that fun? Not really, okay. In all the years I've done trapping clinics and private school with people, I've taught them to preach it, set on sign. So I've got otter coming through this crossover. Actually, there's an old hole underneath there, but nothing's coming out of that. That run right there has not been used, a den, old beaver den or whatever, but they're coming through here. There's tracks right there. We're gonna pinch a 330 belay in right here and try to make that work. Setting on sign. Okay, 2 more traps in this stretch. About 75 yards below where I put the first 2 up the creek there, and I've got 1 in the pond. And that's all I'm going to do on this stretch, because mostly I'm trapping otter, very little beaver sign. Don't need more than that for otter, I hope. We'll see. It's always fun checking out. Thanks for watching, y'all. God bless. We'll hope we have another video tomorrow running these things. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Have something good in there, maybe, whatever. Bye.